Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and today I have in my hands an Infinix phone which I am going to be reviewing, and this is just a quick review. I don't have an unboxing for you guys today, and that is because this phone is actually not officially released. It is a prototype. This is the Infinix Note 12 Pro, and this is the 4G variant, and I want to talk about that a little bit. Now, Infinix previously released the Infinix Note 12 Pro 5G variant, and the 5G variant was actually released before the 4G variant. So this just came out right now. It's not really official. It is announced on the website, but you won't be able to really get your hands on this phone. So in one way or another, this is an exclusive first look into the 4G variant. And there's one unique thing about this phone that makes it kind of special, if you want to call it that, which we will discuss in a little bit. Now, looking at the phone, we have a flat edge design, and again, flat edge is something that a lot of phones, a lot of companies have started to actually introduce now. In my opinion, they look way better. They fit better in the hand as well. So we have on the sides here, we have a fingerprint sensor, which is also the power button, and we also have a volume rocker on the side. On the top, we really don't have anything. On this side, we have the SIM ejector pin, and we have luckily, a 3.5mm audio jack, a microphone, and a USB-C port, and also our stereo speakers. And this is a plastic build, but Infinix has really done a good job in not making it feel like plastic or not making it feel cheap at all. This phone really, it feels really nice. It's not in any way, clicky or flexing in any way. The sides as well are made up of plastic, but they do a really good job at mimicking an aluminum build. On the front, we have a 6.7-inch AMOLED display, which looks pretty nice, but there's one big flaw in my opinion, and it's not only on the 4G variant, the 5G variant actually also has the same flaw. Both of these devices do not have high refresh rate. They only come with 60 Hertz of refresh rate, which honestly is a little bit disappointing to see, because nowadays every phone, or even every beginner or mid-range phone nowadays, are including at least 90 Hertz. So it would have been nice to see that feature added into the Infinix Pro series. Since this is a Pro series, it's kind of expected, but unfortunately they did not add this on either one, or the 4G or the 5G variant. Apart from that, the device, this is an AMOLED display. The colors are nice and bright. That's the only complaint that I had about the Infinix display. But there's nothing really special about it, even though it is an AMOLED. This is a kind of like a budget or lower mid-range phone, so you wouldn't really expect a lot from it. Although if you want to know about the price point of this phone, there's really no official price, but we are kind of hearing rumors that this may be around the $200 mark, which is not bad at all for a beginner or a lower mid-range phone. There's one good thing about the display. It has an 180 Hertz touch sampling rate. So if you want to play games, then this is a pretty decent phone. So if you want to play games, this is a pretty decent phone for that. When we talk about the battery, this phone comes with a 5,000 milliampere battery. 5,000 milliamperes are more than enough nowadays. That's the benchmark on most of the phones out there. So it's nice to see that they did include a battery that would be lasting you all day long. So if you want to do gaming or just use this as a regular work phone, this should last you all day long. And as I mentioned, I don't have the box with me here, but once it's shipped, this should have a 33-watt fast charger included in the box. Now, when we come to the cameras, on the back side, we have the signature Infinix round shape here for the module, and we have a triple camera array. The main camera here is 108 megapixels, and I want to mention that the 5G variant as well has the same exact camera sensor. The main camera is 108 megapixel sensor. The only difference is that the shape on the back, so this is a circular module. On the Infinix 12 Pro 5G variant, you'll see a rectangular module, which in my opinion, I like much better. I think that looks much better, and it kind of fits better with the design of the phone. The second camera that we have is a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and then we have a third 2 megapixel macro camera, and only the 4G variant has a 2 megapixel macro camera, which in my opinion is pretty much useless nowadays. A lot of people don't really use them, and a lot of companies just introduce more cameras just to be able to say that they have, you know, multiple cameras on their phone. But I would rather have two cameras which are really premium, something like we see on the Nothing phone. So that's the approach that I would really like to see on phones or on other phones coming up in the future. On the front, we have a 16 megapixel camera in the shape of a teardrop, you can say, or kind of like a notch, you can say here. It's also an old-fashioned type design, because notches nowadays have pretty much disappeared from most of the phones. You can call it a teardrop design or you can call it a notch, but yeah, we do have that on the front, and it is a 16 megapixel front camera, which I'm just gonna check real quick, is it's pretty nice. It's pretty decent, I think. Yeah, it's pretty passable for social media as well. The back camera as well is not bad. It's not too good either. I'm not gonna really say that it's a really good camera, but again, it's not a bad camera in my opinion as well. You can use this camera for everyday social media. It's gonna be perfectly fine for those occasions. Now, the main feature of the Infinix 12 Pro 4G variant is actually the processor. And I don't want to get you too excited. This is a beginner or mid-range phone, so you're not going to see something that's going to stand out or something that's out of the box. But the unique thing about this phone that I mentioned in the beginning is that the 4G variant is the first phone that has Helio's G99 chip. That is a newly introduced chip, and I believe, as far as my knowledge goes, no other phone right now in the market has the G99 chip available. So the Infinix Note 12 Pro 4G variant, the 4G variant, keep in mind, the 4G variant is the one that has the new G99 chip. The 5G variant has MediaTek's Dimensity 810 chip, which is pretty much the same as the G99 when it comes to performance levels. The only difference between them, the only difference between the two chips is the Helio chip has a little bit of a lesser clock rate at 2.2 gigahertz, and the Dimensity chip has 2.4 gigahertz clock rate. So a very minute difference. We did do an Antutu benchmark test here, and this came out at around 377,000 points or score or whatever you want to call it, which again, you can tell by this score that it's not really a performance-oriented chip. Again, it's not bad at all, so it is perfectly fine for a mid-range phone and perfectly fine for the price that we're hearing for this phone, $200, not bad at all. It will not slow you down when you do gaming, so if you want to play PUBG or you want to buy this phone for gaming, it's going to pretty much very easily be able to do that. One other difference that I noted here was that the 4G variant actually comes with an internal storage of 256 gigabytes, when the 5G variant only comes with 128, which is kind of like weird. The 5G variant, in my opinion, should be the more premium device out of the two, but it is the more premium device because of the slightly higher clock rate, but it kind of is confusing because you don't get the option of a more memory. So this one has 256 gigs and the 5G variant has 128 gigs only. Now, if you want to decide on which one you want to buy, if you are in the market for an Infinix phone and you have this in your radar, well, right now you really can't buy it because, as I mentioned, it's not officially released. This is a prototype version, but pretty soon, once they are in the market, you will be faced with a dilemma of buying the 4G variant or the 5G variant. Now, this comes at a slightly cheaper cost, and it's a very minute difference, not really something that you would think twice about. So you by default should go for the 5G variant, but you will be sacrificing the option of getting 256 gigs. If you want more storage, you'll have to go with the 4G variant. And if 5G is not really a priority, then I would recommend going for that. But if 5G is something that you want and you cannot live without 5G, then just go for the 5G version. Again, the price point is really not that big of a difference. The performance aspect as well is a very minute difference, something that's not really going to be noticeable. So both phones in their own way are perfectly fine. At the end of the day, it's just a personal preference. And that's pretty much it, guys. Once the official units are with us, we will be doing an unboxing and we will be reviewing them once again with more detail. This was just a quick first look and a hands-on review of the Infinix Note 12 Pro 4G series. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.